Really, back where it all started, how have you found yourself back at Colchester United?
First and foremost, yeah, it's good to be back. Had this in the pipeline for a little while. Obviously been here now a couple of weeks, settling in, doing a little bit with the under-21s today with the U18s. But yeah, really good to be back and I'm proud to be here.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of time in your football playing career, if I remember rightly, that you never came across as someone who wanted to go into coaching. So how did that pathway come for you?
Pretty much, to be honest, coaching my kids' team. That's where I got the love for it for. I've done a degree in journalism. Always in the back of my mind wanted to get into coaching, but didn't really tell anyone. But yeah, doing my son's football team really kick-started my passion for it. And yeah, that's really how it started.
Yeah, and are you enjoying it so far? You've been in a couple of weeks, and is it something that is exactly as you wanted it to be?
Yeah, I mean, thrown right in at the deep end, jump straight in with Bowles and Wardy. Ballie's been brilliant. Straight on the grass, taking sessions, really enjoyed that. Lots to learn. Got the right people here to learn from, but no better place to do it than the club where I came through.
Yeah, and you mentioned people that you're learning from, but you know, I think us as a club, we're hoping that a lot of our young players will learn from you and what you've been through and done in your career.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to quite a few of them already. They can't believe that I played football. But like you said, captained the youth team here, captained the under-21s, which would have been the reserves back then, and eventually captaining the first team before being sold. Probably epitomises everything that these young boys would probably want to do. And yeah, you talk about the journey, making my debut at Lair Road, moving into the brand new stadium, being a part of the journey with the club. And like I said, I do see this as my football club. It's where I came through, it's where I was raised really. And there's no better place to do it than here.
Yeah, I mean, how did you feel then when you were at the club for all that time, and then you get a word, I don't know whether it's from the club or from your agent, to say that Ipswich are interested? How did that move then come about? Yeah,
there was a little bit of interest before. I think there was a little bit of interest while John Ward was manager with Bournemouth and maybe Coventry, a few others. Didn't feel the time was right to leave at that time. Obviously, my dad took charge, Joe Dunn. It was pretty much Joe that really told me of the interest from Ipswich and Mick McCarthy. And the club was in a bit of a sticky situation that time. I didn't really want to leave at that time, but the club thought the time was right probably for me to move on and try and have a career in the Championship.
Yeah, and I mean, looking back at your whole career, what were the highlights? What were the best years that you had playing that you might be able to pass on to these young lads and say, look, this is what you can do if you work hard?
Yeah, I mean, probably my best period in my career was probably here. Making 200 appearances at such a young age. I mean, once I made my debut, I don't think there was a time where I really came out of the team unless I was injured. So that's really the message I want to get across to them. The manager's made it clear here that if you're good enough, you're old enough. So that's the message that I really, really want to drill into them. And once they get their foot in the door in the first team, to really hold their place there and get as many appearances as they can.